guys, welcome back to my channel. So this week's video is the Lake Butler Enduro. I think that they call it the Armadillo Enduro. We had a lot of fun. It's a shame that it rained throughout the whole event pretty much. I think we were expecting a little bit of rain, but we didn't expect like downpour the night prior. Anyway, the club did a really great job trying to keep up with the traffic. It got pretty nasty in some areas, but overall we had a really good time. This is the start of test 2. For some reason, I guess I didn't record test 1 or I lost that file in transmission. Not good with technology. So that is that, and there is mud on the lens. I do clear it off later on in the video, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll pop in here and there just to kind of talk about the race, I guess. I'm also recording pieces of this video from my desk, so disregard the lighting and the sound. But you guys are gonna hear that my bike sounds a little bit off, and that's because I had a tough time firing it up. Like, I don't know. My pipe's spent, so that could be contributing to it. I also need a new clutch. The Recluse is just sitting at the house. I need to work on the bike is the short answer to that. So basically you guys are gonna hear that my bike is idling pretty high, and that's because I did ride with it with the choke on, because that's the only way I could get it to start. So that is that. Alright, so here you guys will notice that I stalled. I recognized that, and for some reason the bike didn't want to fire up. I mean, it was turning over, but just didn't want to fire up. There's a new air filter in there. It was cleaned, a new spark plug in there, and the bent pipe could definitely be contributing to it, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't frustrated. I was definitely upset about it, to say the least. I stood here for 2 minutes, and it happened multiple times throughout the day. So again, it is what it is, but it was definitely a bummer. as I say that, like, in the same breath, I stalled a corner over and it started right up, so maybe I'm just making a big deal out of nothing, but I was... Man, this section right here was by far probably my favorite throughout the day. Any section really that was like this, because I think there were a couple, I could be wrong, but it just flowed so well. I finally felt like I was feeling good, I was keeping up a decent pace, and I was actually having a lot of fun. looking back at this footage, it's funny because majority of the race was just like this clip, right? And I don't know where my other clips went. I did all of test 1. I understand that the club decided to pull specific lines out of test 1 because it ended up getting sloppier. I was on row 24, so I would say that like it was pretty sloppy, but it wasn't like destroyed. Yeah, but this was like most of the race. And then unfortunately what I'm going to refer to as the beach, which is going to be test, man, I think it was test 4. It was like a mile of standing water and you're going over these like forestry mulched stumps and trees. It was wild. I don't think I got that on GoPro because I had turned it off at that point. I just knew that with the rain you couldn't really see what was going on, but that was probably the wildest part of the day for me personally. All right, you guys, let's wrap up the video with how I finished. I think I finished 7th out of like maybe like 9 girls. It was not good, but here's my excuse of why. So there were 4 tests in the initial loop, and then you were supposed to go back out and do the same loop again. But because conditions worsened, the club decided to pull certain sections or certain tests out of the second loop, which makes sense because there were 300 riders, and the more people that you run through this muck and the more that it downpoured and rained, the worse it got. At the end of loop 1, we went back to the car and I saw that Jake and his brother had already gotten changed, and I was really thankful when I saw that because I had already told myself that I'm not going to go back out. So that was a relief. There were crazy people that decided to go out and do lap 2, and that was my dad. My dad decided to go out and do a second lap. He said he had a lot of fun, but it was definitely worse than the first time around. Knowing that none of us got stuck and none of us had to be like pulled out, that was really good news, and we just settled with that. So again, not like super impressed with how I finished. I don't really care at this point. But it was just a lot of fun. So anyway, that was the video for this week, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.